Welcome back to my channel. I am Queen and this is Jenny's Crowns. So if you would like to learn how to make this beautiful Bubu dress, please stay tuned. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you're a new subscriber or you're just seeing this channel for the first time, welcome. So let's begin.
Fire. Dark Legion.
Okay, this is the fabric I'll be using. We call it here Ankara. So if you're outside Nigeria, it's called, sorry about that, it's called African print. So this is an African print fabric and it's 100% cotton. Okay, you see it here. It's written 100% cotton. So with this, it means that the wrong side and the right side of this material will look the same. So this white piece here is a doll face, and I'm going to be using it for the arm, the neck, and the chest design. So these are the things you'll be needing for this. Okay, before we start cutting our gown, I'm going to iron my fabric. If your fabric is straight without any rumpling and everything, just go ahead and start cutting. But I'm doing this just to have a flat surface. Okay, so I'm going to put down my starting line. You can choose to come down from wherever your starting line is or wherever your beginning of your fabric is by 1/2 inch, just to make sure it is straight. But if you don't want to do that, just make sure you have a straight line. So I'm going to check my length, my gown length. But for what I have here, I will need to make some joining at the ends because this fabric is shorter than what I would need. Now my shoulder measurement divided by 2, I'm using my own measurement here. So go ahead and use yours. So I'm using my client's measurement here rather. So go ahead and make use of yours. Divide it into 2, mark it there. Then I'm using the neck width of 4 inches. You can use 3 inches for a standard neckline or neck width. Then I'm coming down here with about 1.5 inches. Yeah. So connect that with a curve. So now I'm just going to add my sleeve here because I'm going to be cutting the sleeves together. Okay, so my client wants the sleeve a bit longer than normal. She wants it a bit longer. She doesn't want just a normal length. She just wants longer, a bit longer, just a few inches longer. So, and that's what I'll be doing there. Okay, I think I will need to adjust the camera just to be sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Okay. I think this is much better. So from this length, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. The reason is because I want my sleeve to balance well. It should like fit very well. So you can choose to skip this part. So I connected it to my shoulder line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. You can choose to come here and put down the measurement you want for the sleeve opening, but I'm just going to go ahead and put down my bust point here. I'm going to repeat the same measurement here, just have a straight line. So I'm going to connect it to the straight line. So the next measurement, you can choose to skip the Under bust measurements, because you don't even have need for it here. We're making a Bubu dress and we don't even need it. So you can choose to just put down your bust point, your waist point or waistline, then your hip line and the length of the gown. So I'm going to put down here the length of my gown. Like I said earlier, this fabric is not as long as I would like it. I just need like extra 5 inches to complete the total length I need for the gown. Okay, so I'm just dividing my round bust measurement by 4. So divide your round bust measurement by 4, then put down whatever you get after dividing. Then now I'm adding extra 5 inches. That's after putting down my round bust measurement. I added 5 extra inches. So you can choose to just put 2 inches or 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, depending on the choice of your client and depending on the size of your client and how free your client would like the gown to be. Okay, so I'm going to divide my waist measurement by 4, then add extra 5 inches. So if you added 4 inches on the bust line, please make sure you're adding the same 4 inches on the other part. Don't add 4 inches on one part, then come to another part, add 5 inches, then come to another part, then add 2 inches. Let them be equal. So now what I'm just doing here is just to mark my hip line. I forgot to put down my hip line, so I'm just marking from the waistline 9 inches for the hip line. So I'm just connecting this with a straight line. So just go ahead and do exactly as you see me doing, but use your own measurement, and you can make addition of whatever you want. So in case you're asking if it's important or necessary or compulsory to add extra inches after dividing your round measurement, yes it is, because you're not making a fitted dress, you're making a Bubu dress, and Bubu dress is known for the freeness of the dress. It's a very free dress, cute but free. So you can just decide not to put too much allowance, extra allowances. That's just what you can do. But as for adding allowances, yes you will. So I'm just going to come here. You can choose to just mark like from the sleeve length to the bust point how open you want it to be, or you can choose to come up by some inches, maybe like 1 inch, 2 inches, depending on just the size of the opening you want. But make sure it's not, if you're not going for a fitted sleeve, make sure you don't give little allowance, just give enough allowance so to have that free sleeve. So I'm just connecting it like this. So now you will notice that I have this sharp spot point here. So I'm just going to create a curve, because we do not have pointed or sharp edges on under our sleeve. So I'm just going to create a curve here, very easy. So Bubu dress, I just feel that everybody should know how to make a Bubu dress. It's very easy, straight to the point, not too much complications and everything. So now whatever I have here on my hip line is what I'm going to put on the hemline. Okay, so that's what I'm putting, the exact same measurement on my hemline. So I'm going to connect this like this. Mind you, this I'm cutting both the back and the front together, and they are both on fold. So I'm just going to cut. So with this, I'm going to be using this other line, not the other line at the top. So now let's go ahead and cut. I'll start from my neckline. Okay, so now when you're cutting on the sides of your Bubu dress, with all the allowances we have added, there's no need to add extra allowances. Okay, so just follow the lines, cut, and when you get to this curve, please follow the curve. You can see how I cut that curved region. So I'm adding extra 0.5 inch at the sleeve region, just so that I can have allowance to join the sleeve. So I'm going to take one piece here. One piece here is for the back, notch the middle part of your back. Then I'm going to work on one piece. You can see I separated one piece. I'm now with one piece. Now that piece I left behind is my back piece. That is my front piece. So I'm going to come down here just with let's say 7 inches. But remember, I came down from the neckline, the shoulder line, with 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to mark here. I later changed my mind and tried to extend this later. Just work with what will be able to pass through your head. So make sure that the neckline you're creating is not too big and it's not too small. So you see what I did here? I just created a V-like neckline. Then go ahead and cut this. Okay, so now this is what I have. The front piece is ready. So this is what it looks like when you open it. It has that V shape. I'll have to go to a wider space so you can see what I'm showing you. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and join the sleeves of the front and the back. Just the sleeves of the front. So I'm going to be adding white material here. So I'm going to show you how I'm going about it. So let me head to the sewing machine to join the sleeves, just the sleeves of the back piece and the front piece. So this is the back piece and the front piece. The shoulders are joined, as you can see, and you see that V shape. So to get the measurement, I'm just going to place my measurements. You see the way I'm placing my measuring tape. I'm going to place my measuring tape like this. Be careful here so you don't measure too small or too big. So you see, by the time I get my measurement, I'm going to head over to cut the white piece. This is the white piece. So I added few inches to this, but the width of this is on fold. The neck piece is on fold. So the width of this is 3 inches. So when I use half inch to stitch down, I'll be left with 2 inches. Okay. So now go ahead and pin the middle part of your white piece to the middle part of your fabric. So this is what I am doing here. Just basically pinning. Now this is on fold, like I said. The white piece, the white fabric is on fold. So I'm just pinning the open part of the fold. So the part that is not opened is facing me. The part that is opened, I'm pinning it on the fabric. Hope you understand. Good. So I've pinned this side. I'm going to do the same for the other side. Okay. So let me just pin this. So the same thing I'm doing here, I'm also going to do for the sleeves. Remember, I'm going to be adding this white fabric to the sleeves. And I'm going to be doing the same thing here. So I'm going to go to the sewing machine and stitch this down by 0.5 inch, like I said. Okay, now for the sleeve part, the sleeve also is on fold. The measurement is, the width is 3 inches. Okay. Let me adjust this a bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So now I'm just pinning it here and stitching with 0.5 inch. Just a straight stitch. It's not complicated, just straight stitch. Then you turn it like this. I'll do the same for the sleeve, the other sleeve. Now I'm going to have to stitch this down. So I turned it inside. The clip for this, how I cut this, for some reason it's missing, but let me try my best to explain. So after stitching down the neck piece, I cut the sides open, then flip the white pieces into the fabric, the neck region of the fabric. Okay, then I'm just stitching this down like you see me doing. Just follow my demonstration on the video in case you're confused, and if you're still confused, please leave a comment for me. Okay, now for the center part, I just wanted to be extra, be creative. I'm just using these pieces I had from my fabric when I was cutting the gown. So no measurement basically. I'm just marking the wrong sides. Remember, I'm using 100% cotton fabric, and you have to deal with this. You don't know the front and the back. It's sometimes hard to tell. So I'm just using my chalk to mark it down. Okay. So now this is my white piece. No measurement at all. Just be creative. Create whatever you want to. Okay. So I'm going to use my pencil. Please, when working with a white fabric, do not use color chalks or pen. Go with pencil. Use pencil to mark whatever you want to mark on that piece. So this is what I'm doing with this fabric. So I'm going to fold it into two like a bias, then place it on white piece just to create some sort of design. But before then, I'm going to draw my lines to serve as a guide. So I'm just following these points I have here. No measurement, I'm just being creative. So I'm using pencil. Please use pencil, not pen, not colored chalk, not even white chalk, please. So I'm going to just use my ruler to put this here. Okay. If you use anything apart from pencil, it has a potential, should I say potential? It has a capacity of staining your white fabric. Same thing, I'm just drawing random lines. Okay, no measurement to this one. Just be creative. So I'm just going to place these pieces like this down on this fabric. That's all. You can choose to skip to be more creative and create a unique piece. So Bubu gown is a common gown, but you have to be creative with each one to make it, to give that uniqueness. All right, just going to stitch this down. So I'll do this before attaching this piece to the gown. Okay, now this is the neck piece, and which with the white piece on the neck region. So this is it. So I'm just showing you here how to place it. You can place it this way. All this boils down to creativity. You can place it this way. You can turn it this way. Just be creative. So I'll be going with this part, but let me make some adjustment. I think this is much better. So you can choose to go to the sewing machine to stitch this down, or you secure it with a pin. So I'm going to be securing this with a pin because I don't want it to move at all. Okay, so go ahead and secure it with a pin. Okay, so now I'm going to join the sides. Then this is what I have. Very easy. But if you would want me to do another video for a Bubu gown, please just let me know. If you have questions, please let me know. Please like this video, share, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos. So until next time, bye.